we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Can weather any storm.
Vanessa, I feel so lucky to be standing here with you today. You're my best friend, my confidant, and from the very beginning, you've been one of my favorite traveling companions. Only 2 weeks after meeting you for the first time at work, we were already flying to Washington together on a work trip where our spark ignited. To countless more trips across the country, for Fish shows where you showed me your true love for music, for work trips that we'd sneak off and go explore the city, to camp and enjoy the bare necessities, to living in the jungle, waking up to howler monkeys, and working and living in our swimsuits, to buying our first home and making it our own, and countless others all the way up to this moment, the start of the greatest adventure of our lives. Throughout all of these adventures together, I've grown so much with you and also so much because of you. Thank you for always supporting me, for loving me, and being there for me, even when I know it probably wasn't you. In front of our family and friends, I promise to always love you unconditionally, to be there for you, and to support you through all of the good times, the bad times, and even those confusing times where you feel all the emotions and aren't sure what to do. I promise to always remind you that you have a heart of gold, even when you have a hard time believing it for yourself. I promise to always communicate and be willing to compromise with you. And I promise never to possess you and to always be two parts of the same whole. I promise to always put you first in everything that I do, and that even on your darkest days, to do everything in my power to be your light, because there is nothing at all that we can't get through together. I promise to continue challenging the status quo with you, and to always embrace being different or weird. I promise to always love and care for our furry little friends too. I promise to continue working on myself to be the man that I know you deserve, and to be yours until death finds me, even though this life doesn't seem to be enough time for all the adventures that I want to take with you. I really do believe the love we've found together is truly unique, and even the adventures we've had sometimes feels like a fairy tale or even a movie. Even now, I still feel there are no amount of words that can fully express just how lucky I am to have found someone so beautiful, so full of love, and someone who is everything that I've ever dreamed of and more. The moon of my life, my sun and my stars. I love you, Vanessa.
Nick, contrary to popular belief, I did not fall in love with you the moment I saw your blue eyes and those muscles, although those are nice perks, of course. I fell in love with you without realizing it, without questioning. I fell in love with you, I think, the moment I realized how adaptable you are, how willing to learn you are, willing to try new things, admit you're wrong, and listen. You are so many things, but rigid is not one of them. When we first started dating, the way you listened so enthusiastically to what I said and all those weird things that I thought about, it made me grasp that I might have something worthwhile to say. You helped me find a voice that I didn't know was there. And I'm going to use that voice today to say the most important words I've ever said. These vows. Nick, I will love you fiercely. I will exercise radical acceptance of you, of myself, of our marriage. I will be painfully honest with you. I will always be on your team. Good days, bad days, and every day in between. I will always put you and our marriage first because you are my top priority. I will do everything in my power to be and stay worthy of your love. Just like you, I want to be so many things in this life, but I can't think of one thing I want to be better at than being your wife. I cannot quite explain how excited I am for every second of the next however many years of our life. Every glimpse of the future has you right there, burying me in a hug or holding my hand. Every glimpse fills me with this same overwhelming joy, one I feel right now. So even though it wasn't love at first sight, we knew how beautiful and messy and real this was, and ever since, we've poured every ounce of ourselves into this relationship. I vow to put all that effort and more into our marriage. Nick, I think of these vows less as promises, I know how you feel about that word, and more like privileges. I get to laugh with and cry with you. I get to hear about those bad days and share mine. I get to go on adventures with you. Sometimes they'll be easy breezy paddleboard trips at Fort DeSoto. Sometimes we'll capsize in the Pacific Ocean, lose our shoes and burn our feet walking home, and cry in the shower at Anchorage. Through it all, I get to build, grow, and live with you, my teammate. I don't have to honor and cherish you, Nick. I have the privilege to.
Friends, family, flowers. By the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and by the state of Florida, I now pronounce Nik and Vanessa to be husband and wife. Sie können jetzt die Braut küssen. Nik and Vanessa, you may now begin the adventure of marriage with a kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, I present to you all Mr. and Mrs. Wiley.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.